Hi and welcome. So Dual Universe, it's a great game. It's a space-based MMO built entirely and driven by the players. And it's up until recently, had the typical MMO model, monthly subscription being the only way to play. And you connect to, the single MMO set of servers, which are run by Nova Quark, the developers of the game. Trouble with that, you run into people you don't like playing with. You run into griefers. You run into all sorts of things. People that just don't have the same frame of mind as you, and sometimes it becomes an unpleasant experience. So recently, NovaQuark launched My Dual Universe, or My DU. Now, My DU is a clone of the original game, but it is designed to run off community-hosted or self-hosted servers, right? So this allows you to connect to a server with a community, with your friends that you enjoy playing with, and you avoid the griefing of the typical public MMO. So the purpose of this video is to run you through a quick install of the game client and show you how to connect to the server. Before we begin, please take a moment to like, subscribe, share this with someone you think might find this video useful. All right, let's get going. First thing you need is an account. So we'll pop on over to dualuniverse.game. Top right corner, click the create account button, and you'll create your account as normal. Once you have an account set up, you can log in. And once logged in, you'll be presented with various options to connect. Once you're logged in, you'll have in the top right corner your name over there. Pop on down to your personal details, your security, your products, and so on. We will click on My Products. And from here, you will have, if you've played the public MMO, you'll have your subscriber details. If not, you can scroll on down to here at the blue section, Get My DU and Server Files. And we need to first purchase it. So we click on the purchase button. Right. Scroll on to this left section. Now, My DU is available in two ways. You can either purchase, you can see that I'm in Canadian dollars. You can purchase this in directly with your credit card, once off payment, and only once. Or you can, if you've previously played the MMO and you have some game time left over, or you have digital access tokens, you can convert those into game time, and you can convert 3 months of available game time into a purchase of the MyDU client. Now, that aside, we're assuming that you're new to the game, and you'll click on the purchase button, accept all the agreements, click on continue. You can see down here there's the game time converter. Click the continue button, drop in your credit card details, and yeah, PayPal as the rest, as you wish. All right. So once you've purchased the game and the game is available for you to download, you can click on the menu in the top right corner, go to My Products. Under My Products, you should now see your MyDU purchase being listed there. We'll scroll on further down to the blue button where it says Get MyDU and Server Files. And from here, we'll click on Download MyDU. MyDU is signed and it is fine, but it is an internet download. So you will have this little warning to be careful about the executable. Click through as best you can, and then open the file to run the installer. It will ask you for elevated privileges for the user access control. You just click on yes, and then we get to the installer part. So, standard installation process. Choose your language. The little installer pops up. You go next. You can choose where you want to install the game client. Defaults are fine. If you prefer to install it on your D drive or your secondary drive, then choose your folder now. We go next. This is the cache for the game. Again, you'll need a little bit of drive space for this, so set that to whichever drive and path you need. Create a desktop icon if you prefer desktop icons, or just find it in your start menu once it's installed. The game does use a lot of HTML5 and CSS3 elements in it, so it does require the Microsoft Edge WebView 2 runtime. It is important to have it installed, and the game won't work without it. So we'll just let that installer run for a minute. And then we can launch MyDU. Launching MyDU gives us a wonderful launcher screen, which then requires us to click on Update Game. This is where it's going to actually download the files. Again, it'll ask us for an elevated user privilege, the user access control screen. You'll just click on yes, and then you'll see it'll start downloading the game. Alright, we're back with a fresh cup of coffee in hand, and the game is ready to play. Let's launch her up and see what happens. There we go. Alright, fantastic. First screen we have is a login screen. Now this login is the one that you created on the Nova Quark website, on the dualuniverse.game site where you purchase the account. This is to log you into the game client itself and not into the server. So just remember the distinction between the two. So I've already got my credentials saved here. I will click on OK to log in, which brings me to the second screen of the list of public servers that are available. So we will hit the refresh button, and as I mentioned, it's only been out a couple of weeks, so there are a few bugs. I believe the screen bug is because I'm running it in windowed mode. It was not there when I had it in full screen. So that's purely for the recording purposes. So what we'll do is we'll sort by player count, and we'll see that we've got the island by Hanjo up with 22 players. So yeah, it's publicly available, so we can register on that. So let's click on that, and then we'll click on create account. Okay, so the pop-out has brought us here to the island.online guest sign-up page, where we can put in some credentials to make an account. So let's do that. My login, some password details, my very secure password, and my display name. The display name has to be more than 4 characters long, so does the username. Please remember to use only alphanumerics for the login, and the login is case sensitive, so is the password. So then we'll create the account. Once the account is created, we can then close off the screen, minimize the browser again, and go back here. So we will put in our login details here. And click on join. After a little bit of a handshake and connection attempt, we get dropped right into the game. So not to spoil it for you, I will skip the introduction, and you can see that we're at the point of choosing our avatar. And from here, you're in game, you're welcome to play with your friends, and that's great. Another option to connect is to use the direct connection option. This is if your friends have given you a server URL or an IP address to connect to, and you want to connect directly. So first we don't want to choose one of these. You see, once you've clicked on here, it'll switch to connection, and you can no longer type in that. So just hold down Control and click on the one that's selected to deselect it, and then it'll bring you back to your direct connection. So my friends have given me an account on thethirdverse.net, so I'll type in their domain name there, type in my password, and click, and there we have it. Now we're connected directly to our friend's server. We'll skip the schematic, the cinematic for you, and you go back to your creating your avatar screen. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you are able to learn something today, and please share this with your friends. Get them to join the game. It's fantastic. We really look forward to seeing them in one of the public servers.